this is really what I promised when we launched this last year. I've built a massive team behind this now, biggest I've ever had. And one of the reasons I wanted to do that was because we could throw resources at improving it, giving you new tools and new email funnels and new gadgets or widgets, etc., to make your life easier. And that's what we've done. So every time I sit here, you probably will find there'll be a half-hour segment around PhysioFunnels, how we've updated it and how we've added to it since the last time I spoke to you. And that's pretty much what this is. So you're going to see some new features that we've added for those of you who are users. You'll obviously see now what's going to be in your app in the next few weeks. For those of you who are not users yet, gives you an idea of what you're going to get when you do sign up. So since launching October, there's now over 100 people. What's been really cool is that we've got people US, UK, Ireland, Spain. Because of AI, we can now transcribe. We are in a French-speaking Canada, up in Montreal. We're in Denmark with Tim. We can do this for you if you've got different pockets of populations, speak different languages in your area. Not so much a big thing in the UK, but certainly in the US it's been great for us because of the different pockets, different populations of people all across the US. So let me give you a quick recap of what you get. Really now it's broken up into three things. The software, the technology. Easier, faster, and even more effective than Keep on MailChimp. We've now got the proof, if you like. There's people passed through it, and I hope one or two of them might say some nice things when I bring them up in a minute. Not to say how much money they've made or anything like that. That's not what it's about. One thing I promised is that if you can make marketing easier, you'll do more of it. If you do more of it, you'll win. It's as simple as that. You'll win in marketing with consistency. You'll win in marketing if you get your team on board. And the idea of PhysioFunnels has always been an easy place to do your marketing, all in one place. And people are now telling us that is true. I love Keep, I love Infusionsoft. I actually did a VIP day. This is quite ironic. I went to Phoenix last week and I did a VIP day with the founder of Infusionsoft, a guy called Clayton Mask. And I'm kind of asking him how I build a software business now that doesn't involve Infusionsoft, obviously. But he was really cool with it. But I've always loved Keep. In the beginning, it was fantastic, but it doesn't do anything what you really need anymore, unfortunately. And MailChimp, it's not even in the same type of conversation. So it allows you, and I think this is what we're realizing, what people are telling us, it's not just marketing and sales, it's customer service, because everything's in the same place. So your customer service is significantly better and faster. Sales follow-up is automated, social media, Google reviews, phone and text integration, all of it is happening in the same place. 3 different websites. So again, this came from us evolving and failing forward. You can get a clinic site from us. There's a lovely example of a new clinic site which basically mimics mine, Paul Gough Physio Rooms, that I designed with my website designer at the time. We can get you an expert site. That could be a back pain one, a knee pain one. It could be a pelvic floor one. It could be a sports injury one. Think of a niche that you want to go after. Now, what became really fun, and we didn't even think of this, but you guys told us it. Somebody said, well, I'm not ready to be an expert. I was like, okay, a little bit of self-belief problems. However, I get it. Will you do me a product site? I was like, that's fun. What do you mean a product site? Well, I want to sell Shockwave, or I want to sell dry needling, or I want to sell whatever it is, the thing that we offer in our clinic. Can you build us a specific site to sell more of that linked to our current site? So we can now offer you, if you don't want the expert site, we can offer you a product or service site. So think Shockwave, think orthotics, think dry needling, acupuncture, whatever it is, the other thing that you're selling as part of it. So if you sign up, you could choose any one of those 3. There is an option to get them all. I won't go into that, but talk to Barry. But the sort of core program, if you like, is the software with a really good website for either your clinic if you think you need a revamp, or pick the expert or the product site. We'll get you an SEO report every 90 days, so that'll start from April. We're bringing in an SEO specialist to do that. It'll tell you how your site's ranking, what you need to do to get the site found higher, as well as what content or keywords to focus on in your marketing. So we'll deliver it and say, hey, based upon what we're seeing on this report, you need a bit more writing in your social media around these things. So if you're going off and doing your social, you've got your guy or gal in your office, we'll be able to kind of guide them as to what they need to do. Remember, the point of the clinic site is to attract more of your ideal patients. The product site is to focus on selling an additional product. And the point of the expert site is to position you above the noise from all of the Me Too's. And I've got a great example on that in just a moment. So remember the expert site thing. And I've been preaching that for a year or two now, that you need to get into that world where you're not seen as a physio. So this is in my team's chat, and you can see some of the fun that goes on. I'll talk it through. Ida Hurst is a client of ours. Do we have a website? We'll get a website up for you if you want to see it. So Ida came to us about a week before this. This was only last week. Ida went and got on a call with Amy, and she said a client walked into the clinic today and asked for the back pain expert. Not the physio, the back pain expert. So that's the preface to this. Ida Hurst got recognised again. She was washing her hands and someone asked, "Are you Ida Hurst?" She said yes. The woman shouted her dad over and said, "Dad, come here, it's Ida Hurst, the back pain expert." She said, "I don't know what you guys are doing, but it's making me a local celebrity." Amazing. Lester's little sense of humour. I love the little memes that go on. How Ida has to leave the house, though that she doesn't get recognised by people asking for autographs. Kind of made my day, right? That's what happens. When you go from I'm a PT or a physio to I'm a specialist in a thing, there is a heightened level of I know who you are. I promise that's what starts to happen when you do it. I googled this for you so you can see back pain expert in the Bay Area, which is where she is in San Francisco. All three of the first things that came up was the videos that we've done for her. So we interview you and we put you on Vimeo. Vimeo pops up in search engines. Your videos are slickly produced. They're fantastically well created, done with green screens, etc. They're popping up in the top search engines as well. Back pain expert Bay Area, that's the site that we built for her. Featured in back pain expert, success stories back pain expert Bay Area. So anybody who's searching for back pain expert in the Bay Area, they're getting Ida right now. And there's lots of people, more people searching for back pain experts or back pain help than there ever will be for physio. Now, so I'm not sat here being a complete, this is going to do this for everybody. Obviously, that's not true. But I'm saying to you, that's the area you're going to go. That's the angle that we're going to try and take you in. And if the website doesn't pop up straight away, if you're in certain towns and certain places, well, that's the point of the SEO report, so we can get you moving, right? We've hit it out the park with Ida there, right? Boom. Everything we did it for her worked within weeks. That's not always the case, and I'm going to sit you in front of you, not lie, not tell you that that's going to happen to you all, but that's what we're going to try and work on with you to get you towards that. Some of you might take 6 months, might take 12, I don't know, but once we start, we'll get you there. There's our website. Can you help me stop my agonizing back pain first? She picked that because that's what she said her clients say when they come in. Can you help me stop my agonizing back pain fast? So we interview you to pick the headlines to put on your website. Is it your turn next? This is new, and this is the bit that I think and I hope you love. So the third component, there's 3 pieces to this. It's called a monthly content package. So I looked at this and said, okay, where do we as a company get or provide as much value for you as you can? So my beef all the time with like someone like Infusionsoft or MailChimp, you get this software and you're on your own. You're like, oh shit, I've bought the toolbox, but I haven't got a clue how to use it and I don't know what to do. Now we have some clients now done for you programs, fine, but that's not going to be something that all of you want to do. But we still want you to be as successful as we can. So I looked at this and said, all right, how do we make it almost drop dead impossible? You'd have to say, Paul, I just couldn't be asked. And at which point, I'm not interested in the conversation. You can whinge all you like, but that's totally up to you. I've tried to make this beyond simple now for you just to go, just fucking win, right? And just be successful with this thing that we're offering you. So we've added this since the last time. So this wasn't available when we announced. This is a world first. Every 30 days on the 15th of the month, we'll send you a Dropbox folder full of pre-written content to use for next month. You'll get your emails, you'll get your social media. And have designed 2 social media campaigns. So any of you spoke to Courtney in my team? Anybody speak to Courtney? Courtney's probably our lead account manager in the CMO team. I think she works with Nash's team and Xavier as well. She is designing every month in advance 2 tracks for social media calendars for you. One a health one a topical one. So next month you've got St. Patrick's Day. That would be an example of a topical social media campaign that you could run, but you'll also do one around sleep or wellness or diet or fitness. So you could either do one or the other, or you can put them both together. So you're basically going to have enough content to knock yourself out, right? It's all written, and you never have to say, I couldn't do social media because I didn't have time. Or what else you get? You get the graphics. Really cool way we've designed the graphics for you. Social media calendar to work from, plus a pre-written postcard to send, and 5 emails. So you're going to get 1 email for every week. Send it out on a Sunday, you will get replies. This is what will be inside of your Dropbox. You'll get a Dropbox folder. UK will get one, US will get one. And you'll open up and all of this spider web of emails are here. Graphics are here, etc. is here. That's the themed one, St. Patrick's Day one in here. There's a little bit of a crossover. There's Mother's Day in the US as well. This is what it's going to look like. So you get it unbranded, right? We figured out a way to do it. This is what they've been working on. So literally all you have to do, and I'll show you in a minute how you're going to do it, you're going to change the color according to your clinic, and you're going to drop your logo. See where it says logo? Guess what you're going to do? You're going to put your logo there, right? Just so there's no mistakes, right? Like your logo, not mine. And if Your colour's not great, don't worry. Like, we can turn this blue or green very quickly. I can't wait. You know what's going to happen, don't you, Cam? We're going to get a spate of social media campaigns with the word logo. Like, wow, look at that company, logo. They're going to they'll be ringing you going, is that logo physio? So it's called Canva. And we've created an account for you where you log in. You'll get access to this, and all you'll do is you'll click the colour, you'll drag your logo across, boom, you'll publish it, and you've got the thing. We've designed them for Instagram and Facebook for you. Canva is how you take that in grey, so they all come like that, they'll all come grey, they'll all come neutral. You'll drop into Canva, you'll put your colours on, you'll put your logo on, and then it's going to look like that. She's also written the descriptions. You are not going to be able to come at me and say you couldn't do a social media campaign through PhysioFunnels. Like, you can, but I'm not going to talk to you. You'll get scripts to help with Google reviews. So every month we'll change it up and go, okay, is it time to ask for some Google reviews? So we'll put a script in there to nudge you. We'll put a script in there every other month for is it time to ask some past patients to do X or Y? So you'll get that from us. You'll get Google My Business post, and we'll give you everything you need to make sure you're successful with every aspect of the software. If you have problems implementing, which is a different thing, we can do that for you. We have 3 levels of we could do the action or we could do the traffic for you. But this is the basic level where we want most people to start with us. This is how generous we've been. I'm just making an assumption you're all going to buy. So I'm giving you the content, whether you do or you don't. So in the next 10 minutes, you'll probably get an email, or you should get an email if you haven't got it already, with this month's Dropbox for next month. So you've got an example and a sample. It will get better every month. We'll start it. We'll improve it for you. We'll take your feedback. You'll start emailing us going, I don't know how to do this, and I don't know how to do that. And we're going, okay, we'll figure that out. We'll fix that, etc., etc. But you'll get this month's on us, if you like, to see what it's like. So anybody who's in PhysioFunnels already, you're getting that bundled in. And anybody who isn't in PhysioFunnels, if you want it as part of the deal, that's now the third piece to it. Just use it. It's fantastic. Technology Marketing Center and the Communication Center. The website, for me, it's your first digital impression, and your digital marketing, which is your content package. That's the bundle that you get, the 3 pieces now. So the monthly fee, if you like, covers all 3 of those things. Our job will be to get you the SEO report for your website and get it out as fast as we can. We're working on trying to get it down to less than 60 days to build your first website. Technology, you'll get trained on that by Lester, by Lisa, or by Thomas in the office. And what I've got for you with that, and the way I priced it is to allow for, I explained this to somebody. I worked out, and was it you, Justin, when I was talking about this? I was transparent, and I often am with like these types of things. The reason that people stop using Infusionsoft is because the guy or the girl that you trained how to do it or trained with you left. That's where for most people they got off to a great start with Infusionsoft, and they had their assistant on the phone who understood it and loved it and used it, and then 6 months later fired or left, and then the business owner's like, oh shit, now what do? I haven't got time to go back through that. So now I've got this noose around my neck in Infusionsoft that's not getting used. It's gone out of date, so it doesn't matter. But what we've tried to do here is make sure that that can never happen. So if your front desk goes through the training with us, our promise to you is if the new one comes along in 6 months, tell us, we'll retrain them. I am absolutely adamant. You use this stuff, you will make money. If you send emails, you make money. A better website, you make money. Get out on social. It affects your SEO. Get your Google reviews. Get your Google My Business shit. You will make money, and we'll back it up with the training experience for you to make sure that you can never say, oh, we're not using it or we don't know how to use it. And a lot of people have done that with Infusionsoft. It's like, just use it. And they're like, I don't know how to, or the guy or the girl who did it is gone, basically. So we've built a pretty big team for you in order to use it. My vision of how it will look, we're going to lean into AI. I'm working with a developer now that will be outside of the software to get data out of it for you to make life a lot easier when you use it. And we're going to look at how many different ways we can integrate any form of AI and technology that's coming out. You've probably realized it. I'm putting a lot of resources in it. This is my thing now. This is us. So just get on board as quick as you can. Every time I put something into it, it gets more costly. I'll have to raise the prices. Get on board as early as you can, and get out the gate with the software, the expert site, and the social media package now that we're building. Like I said, if you want the other sites, talk to Barry. We do have that. Feedback, we're getting it through now. We launched it at the end of October, so we started really training people in November. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks. Is it a process? Yes. Is it a little bit of a ball ache? Yes. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and say that like there's nothing for you to do. There is stuff for you to do. Will it be worth it at the other end? 1,000,000,000% yes. Whether you are a technophobe, it doesn't make any difference. If you are, that's the software. That's the best software that I've seen, bar none, for anybody that's like a non-tech, non-marketing savvy individual to make life easy for you. Saving time and money, you can cancel all of your old subscriptions and your logins and your passwords and 15 different ways to log in to sort your marketing out, etc. The best bit for me is how the front desk team love it. So that's Tracy. She runs Todd Houghton's clinic in Boston. I think there's about 6 or 7 of them. For them, it was, we can now support the boss. We can do a better job from now. We feel like everything's in one place. So I think it's your front desk team that will probably be there. This is pretty cool. So can I do this? I wanted to do a quick picture with everybody anyway. And if you wouldn't mind saying even just a little bit about a 30-second experience, Phil or Dave, are you towards the end of yours, aren't you? Yeah, nearly there. You guys come up. Dave, do you want to go first? Tell us while we're just waiting. Again, I'm not asking for an endorsement of any money or anything like that. Just to very early help people understand the difference, if you've used Infusionsoft or anything like that, of what you've experienced in the first 6 to 8 weeks with it.
So we first started with Keep, the Keep system, when we signed up for Paul Gough's mastermind group. And this was I think September time. And for a month or two, I sort of dabbled with Keep, and it was just way over my head. It was just too complicated for me. And Paul introduced PhysioFunnels. And I thought, oh my God, this is just what we need. I mean, lots of people, speaking to a lot of you guys here, saying to me, well, Dave, how come you've got such a big business? Big business, well, we've got eight therapists. How come you've done that without a CMO? And I was like, well, what's the CMO? Customer management system?
CRM.
CRM, thank you. Yeah, see, I don't even know what it is. And I said, well, how come you haven't, you've done so well without that? I said, well, I've no idea. And then when they introduced me to PhysioFunnels, I thought, oh my God, this is going to make such a difference. So I'm sort of really, really super excited about getting this off the ground now. I can just totally understand how it's going to take my business to the next level. But I sort of, with that understanding, I understand this, I know how to do it, but could I do it? No, I was faffing about with it. So I just had the eureka moment that, well, what's Freddie doing? Now, Freddie's sat in front of me here. This is my son, my 22-year-old son, who was in London. He's done a biomedical science degree, come out with the first from King's, and he's a barista. Now, he's very entrepreneurial, but I thought, right, can I get him into the business? So basically, I more or less offered you something that he couldn't refuse, hopefully, with the money and staying at home without paying any rent, etc. And he's come in, he's done more work in the last 2 or 3 weeks than I've done in the last 2 or 3 months on PhysioFunnels. So we're at the stage where we've got a planning day on March the 6th, which is like we've got all 16 of our employees coming to the planning day, and that's when we plan to launch PhysioFunnels. And that's going to be a big thrust of what we're going to do on that day. So although we haven't launched it yet, I'm incredibly excited about it, and can't wait for Freddie to finish it.
How's the training experience team been? You enjoyed that with the team? They've been all right?
In terms of doing PhysioFunnels?
Yeah, coaching, help.
Oh, with your team? Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, fantastic. So Freddie's got on really, really well with Thomas. Yeah. I first started with Lisa, but now she's obviously put Freddie with Thomas, and he's been great. I've spoken to Cam today. I'm quite excited. Cam at the back there giving us a wave, yeah. And I'm sort of excited about getting Freddie together with Cam as well to have a conversation at some point today. So yeah, excellent.
Great, thank you. How's it been?
Yeah, great. I had Infusionsoft for 5 years, so and I was working really well. the main reason why we came across is we had so many different systems that had to communicate with each other, which would sometimes break down, and then there's a lot of human error because we haven't checked the system. And so when this came along, we're like, this makes sense. So it's made, we've got everything through it now.
Yeah.
So far.
I think you were one of the first, is that right, Cam? Phil was one of the first to like actually get it off the ground, yeah.
Yeah, so we got it off the ground about a month ago, so it's about a month now that we're fully on board.
Staff happy with it?
Yeah. What's really good as well is that it's not just about the front desk. The physios now have access to all the communication with our patients. So if they need to follow up with...
They can do it.
They can do it.
Yeah.
They can message, SMS through it. We can see it's been done. There's a lot more that I can see now to say this hasn't been done or has been. Google reviews are great. What else?
I think the customer service is the one that we've realised I probably didn't talk about enough at the time. Every one of you physios can get a login, so they'll all get access to it, and it becomes literally your communication hub and your communication centre. The visibility that the business owner gets on that is mega, that you can see how it's working, no excuses, how many calls were made, etc., how quick the response time was. So good. Bro, happy?
Yeah, very.
All right, well, thank you very, very much. Take that. We've got 2 more for you as well. If you do want another photo, we'll do it for you. Yeah, again, I kind of bring them up. It's easy for me to talk to you about it. And for those of you just starting with us, hopefully it's a little bit of encouragement that it's going to do what we promised. And for those of you who are on the fence thinking about it, it's nice to now have people saying what I could, kind of see all along, basically, that definitely from a marketing, sales and customer service point of view and the visibility that the business owner gets, it's massive. So just quickly, some cool things we've added, I promised. So lead score. So lead score is coming to your app. You'll learn who your most active or likely to book next lead is. So this is Leicester's little baby. And we're going to advance this with some AI as well over the next few months. But for now, we can get it going that we've figured out a way, right? I'll bring you into the next score, but we figured out a way that if a patient opens an email or clicks a link or does something that indicates that they're moving, each week you can get your lead score. So you can get your top most active leads inside of the app. Why is that important? Well, where do you start calling people? It's beautiful. It's amazing. So the lead score, basically every week you're going to be able to sit down and go, that's the 10 people opening emails, clicking links, filling out forms, doing things inside of the system. It based on this, and again, Leicester's refining it. It'll get launched 1st of April. But we say basically, hey, submitted a form, contacted you and said, call me back inside of the system somewhere, add a tag, left a review, an email is clicked, email is opened. See how they get points? So we score them. Now, we'll play around with that scoring over the next few months, but it's coming. It'll be in your app and it'll get moving from early April. Updates to the technology include Instagram chat. Cam's going to talk about this tomorrow. Our clients are using Instagram DMs, pretty big right now for people. Anybody that likes your posts, sends a message, etc., how we can get them moving. Watch Cam's session tomorrow. But we're going to Instagram, Insta chat will be inside of the app as well for you. It's already inside of the physio businesses. We've been testing that. Slack, anybody use Slack? So Slack integration. So if you use Slack in the company, we can now send messages about new leads directly into Slack. So somebody fills out a web form, comes into your software, we'll send that lead notification into your Slack. Why would that be helpful? Most of your team probably hang out in Slack. If they're anything like my lot, they're in it all the time. It's like the parking warden's coming around and the fucking Slack knows about it, right? Is that still going on? Like, no wonder's got kicked off one day. I'm like, no wonders nobody's got any fucking time in this business. You're all worried about the fucking parking warden. Like, if you all just got up half an hour earlier and parked your bloody cars. So that's what it looks like. It'll say, hey, you have a new Google Ads lead in PhysioFunnels. So we take it out of PhysioFunnels and we send it to Slack. So your team can't say, oh, we didn't see the lead, Paul. There it is. Call them. Slack is it? Good question. I'm going to answer it in just a moment as well, but Slack is a internal communication chat. The bigger your business gets, you're more likely to use something like Slack. It's an app on your phone basically that allows you to tag and connect and talk to each other. Your team, as it gets bigger, usually start using something like that. It's an integration communication channel. But if you don't use Slack, drum roll please, Communities is now coming, which is our version of it. So it's a free version of Slack. If you don't use Slack, we're basically going to put that in. All of your team get access to it. It's inside the membership area, and you basically create separate channels. So you, for example, could talk to your lead managers. You'd have a Slack channel with your managers, a Slack channel with everybody. You could have a channel with just your finance people. You could have a channel with my team. You can create your own channels and invite people to them, and that communication is private in that team. So that's the type of message, you know, we're just telling people, for example, that there's a Valentine's promotion on. Everybody in that channel would know that that's what's going on. So it's WhatsApp. It's a more sophisticated WhatsApp, basically, specific for business. I think WhatsApp is more friends. Automated bookings, Lester's working on this one. We mentioned this morning. We're going to put this on your sites for people to book appointments with you. We can position it, desperate to fix your back pain, etc., etc. Automatically send an email sequence. So you'll create the email sequence behind it. So if somebody in your funnel clicks a link, we attach a tag to it, 2 days later they'll get an email saying, hey, I've seen you clicked a link about knee pain. Do you want to book an appointment to talk to us? So we're going to use behavior-based, dynamic marketing, intent-based marketing. If I start clicking links inside of your system, you'll get a follow-up email or two with somebody to say, hey, do you want to book an appointment? They'll get a Calendly link like that, and they appear on your calendar in the next few days. If you use it, you'll make money. I've always said that. Most people's problem with marketing, they just don't do any. And they realize the reason they don't do any is because it's complicated, it's techie, it's time consuming, there's a million other things to do. If we can put everything into one place for you, you'll probably use it a hell of a lot more, and with that you'll get a hell of a lot better results. You will get better customer service standards. Easier to implement, better data about marketing and what's happening in your business. All in all, I think you'll be in a better position to be more successful and more profitable. Improves marketing, service, sales, real data, staff more productive, entire front office function, and website and real actionable content.